Okay, so about the recording, I'm saying that I have seen, I have recorded the lecture, but I am not able to see that because I have created the meeting link. That's why maybe possible it is not showing there. I don't know. Maybe it is available in the next time, है ना? So I
Yes,
think
sir.
we have not the thing important thing that we have not discussed in the previous class. Just we have browsed this overview of the syllabus, and we have discussed about the course. Okay, so no issue. Now onwards we will record it, and this recording will be available in our team section, है ना? You can find there is no need to ask from me. I am showing to you how you can find the recording. Okay, so I have received a lot of query regarding the recording. So, and I also want to suggest you that all of you please don't uh, depend on the recording. Actually, if you are depending on the recording, what will happen later? It will actually make you that you are depending on the recording. That means you are not listening lecture carefully. So later it may be possible that you ignored the something in the class. Later you listen from the recording. That time you will be unable to query me actually, है ना? So you cannot questions to me. If some doubts will be raised, then you will be not able to question at the time, है ना? So I request you all or suggest you to, all, then please focus on the mainly on the class. If you have any query in the class, then you can ask at every time, है ना? हेलो, हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग सर. यस सर. सर क्लास ही है एक्चुअली. अभी 11:40 से है, अभी 12:35 पे एंड हो जाएगा. ठीक है. हाँ हाँ, मैं क्लास के बाद कॉल करता हूँ. जी सर. ओके सर, थैंक यू. So I suggest you all to please focus on the lectures, not on the recording. Otherwise, that habit will make you actually like that. You will be depending on the recording that at the time that you are not focusing on the lecture class, है ना? So a recording you can find. I think this team will be showing or it is showing on your Microsoft Teams, where you can see the recording will be available here. So whatever I have recorded in the previous session that I'm showing to you, yesterday I have taken a class for tutorial class for EV08. So its recording is available here. You can see, है ना? Is it clear now? So you can download that recording here. It is available for 20 days. After that, it will be deleted automatically. So you can download. I will also upload that recording after pre-processing because I have to make some changes in the recording, or I have to edit that video. So later I will post it in the YouTube. Then I will share the link for the YouTube account. Then you can also see that videos later. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So regarding recording, if you have any query, then you can ask. Otherwise, you can access it anytime. It will be available to all of you, है ना? Okay. So now let's start. Is there any query from the previous class? Just ask me for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Yes. Anyone? No? Okay. Thank you. So we should move further. So I'm showing to you presentation slide now. Is it visible? I think to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So in this class, actually, in the first class, basically we have covered till the course, or we have discussed about the course basically, है ना? Now in this class we will see. Just wait once a minute. I'm seeing your chat. Okay, fine. So whenever you want to ask anything, then please raise your hand at the time. Then you can ask, है ना? Okay. So in this class, we will be focused on the basic to the computer science, and I think most of the things you have covered in the lab session or tutorial session. So we will skip the something, and then we will focus on more on the technical part or related to the course part, है ना? So first of all, the name of this course is computational thinking and programming. And so we will talk about in this lecture actually basically about introduction to computer science, and then we will focus on algorithm, what is algorithm, and then we will focus on hardware, software, and the programming languages, what is it. Okay, so first of all, what is actually computer science? As with the name, we know the computer science, with the computational thinking, we know we have to perform some computation with the computer as we want to know, or we want to perform some computation with the computer. Okay, so how this computation will be performed? There will be some actually problem that we want to that is a problem. Yes, someone is here. Okay, so please, all of you, if you have any query, related query, then post in the chat box. Otherwise, because it will make some disturbance to others also. If you have some personal question, then please post it in the personal chat. Okay. Okay. So if you want to solve any problem with the computer, then you have to actually solve that problem, or you have to provide actually that problem in some in some way that computer can understand. Okay, so how you can explain that problem, or how you can understand, or how you can provide that problem to the computer, so that computer can solve. And then computer can if you provided the problem to the computer, then computer will solve the problem by performing some computation on that. Okay, so computer science, basically in computer science we will focus on a computation that is performed by the computer, and the providing a problem, that is a different thing that we will cover later, how we can provide the problem, or how we can instruct the computer to perform some tasks. But what computer do? Computer will perform some computation in order to solve the particular problem. Okay, so in the computer science field, basically we work on the computation in terms of, like, it will be some mathematical calculation or some analysis or some logical things that we have to do. Okay. Okay, so in some example, maybe we will doing some computation or performing some operations. Okay, we are performing some calculations. Okay, in some problem we are doing some analytical, or we are analyzing the things that that computer can do. Okay, both the things. So there are a different area, there are different areas where computer science can be applied in. There are different applications, like there are different problems area where computer science we can apply in order to solve the problem, like software engineering area. We can work on, we can apply the computer science. Okay, this database management, computer networks, mining. There are a lot of areas where computer science can be applied in order to solve real life or real world problems. Okay, so computation basically basically we give through, or we represent through some procedure. Okay, if you want to do some operation, like if I say you have to perform some operation on some data, the operation may be some addition, subtraction, or whatever. Okay, that how you can represent that operation. Suppose you are having two or one expression, c equals to a plus b, where you have to, so please mute yourself. If you have any query, then please
हाँ
unmute yourself. Otherwise, please, all of you, I am
कंप्यूटर
requesting you to
साइंस
please
ऐसे
mute
जनरल
yourself.
पढ़ा रहे हैं हमें स्टार्ट नहीं
नहीं
हुआ
तो कॉपी में लिखना नहीं कुछ भी
Okay, please.
लिख लेने के बाद में कुछ पता ना लग क्या होता है
Okay, so the computation, whatever I have written, c equals to a plus b, the computation will be performed like with the computer. Like, first computer will read the value of a, that we can represent read a. What we have to do? Actually, we have to read the value of a and b. So we have to read the first a value, and then read the value of b. Okay, and then we perform the some operation, like we are performing addition of a and b value, and we are adding these two values, and then we are storing the result, storing storing the result in c. So there are the different steps we have provided, or we have to do in order to complete this operation, or this, in order to solve this problem actually, so these are the steps. First we have to follow this, and second we have to follow this, and third we have to follow this, and fourth we have to do it. Okay, So these operation will be performed by the computer in a sequence manner. If suppose one has written or one has done want to do this operation first, can we do? Yes, we can do, but it may provide incorrect result, or it may provide some different output, or it may provide undesirable outputs. Okay, so that will not decide, है ना? So in this case, we have to, in order to achieve, or we have to perform accurate operations, we have to perform this operation according to the given sequence of statement or sequence of instructions. So this statement as a read A, this is an instruction to the computer that we are telling to the computer that first read the value of A, then read the value of B. So whatever the B having a value, that will be read by the computer, and then perform the operation. The whatever the order we have specified, that will be followed in order to complete this task accurately. Is it clear? So these steps or this procedure, whatever I have written here, that is actually a computation, or that we are performing in some operations, okay, on these values, that is represented by an algorithm. So these steps, sequence of steps, okay, a sequence of instruction, that is represented here for this example, that is called algorithm. Okay, so we represent the procedure with some, or we named it as a algorithm. So terminology we are using in technical term, we call it as a algorithm. We can represent with writing something, or we explain by explaining something, or that is called algorithm. We can also represent by using some different approach, maybe different pictorial representation may be used. That pictorial representative we also call it as anyone can tell? Yes, flow graph. Is it okay? So we can also represent the procedure using some flow graph, by which we can represent the what is the procedure we are reading. We can do it by, suppose we can write in the form of some pictorial representation. First we have to do read the value of A, then we have to do read the value of B, and then we have to read the value, then we have to perform the addition operation, okay, and then we have to do store the result, then we can store the result. In that way we can represent. Suppose we have to solve a problem in order to check a given number is even or odd. So how we can write steps for this procedure or for this problem? In this case, we need to take value A, and we have to check it is whether it is even or odd. So how we can write the steps? With the flow graph, there may be different symbol that is used in the flow graph. We can represent this number, it is even or odd. Like we can take first, it is an input, we are taking first read this value A, and then what will be the concept, what will be the logic, or what will be the operation by which we can check the given number is even or odd.
Sir,
We
if
can,
it is divisible by 2, then
yes,
it is
that's
even.
good. Yes. So we can divide, if it remainder is 2, means if I divide this number with 2 and its remainder is 0, so remainder we can compute with modulus operator, that we will know later. Okay, so we are dividing this with number 2 and we are checking this remainder is 0, then we can say number is even, okay, else if remainder is not 0, then number is odd. Okay,
Odd.
that we have represented with this flow graph. Same thing we can write in form of steps, like we can first read the value of A, okay, first step. Second step, we have to divide this number and we have to find out the remainder, find the remainder after dividing this number with 2. Okay, so we can find the remainder. Suppose we can write like we are storing remainder in R and we are dividing this number with 2. Now we have to write, if R equals to 0, if R is 0, then we have to say number is even, else we can go for fourth step, else number is odd, that we have to provide in the output. So we have also written these things in the form of some step, and then we have represented with the form of some pictorial graph or pictorial representation. So that graph, it is called flow graph, flow chart. We also call it as a flow chart or flow graph. Okay, and the steps whatever I have written here, that is called algorithm here. Okay, or procedure we also call, but in computer science, in technical terms, we call it as an algorithm. Okay, so algorithm is actually series of steps that can be systematically followed for producing the answer to a certain type of problem. Is it clear? Okay, so computation should be done
Yes.
according to this algorithm. Okay, okay. Now, so this some problem that I am giving to you. You can see how we can represent this problem with the some algorithm. You can see what is the problem, the common problem that I have considered. I think all of you are aware about this problem, man, cabbage, goat, wolf problem. I think all of you are aware. In this problem, what is it? What we have to do? Actually, a man lives on the east side of a river. He wishes to go at the west side of this river, but what is the condition or constraint are given? Constraints are a boat and the man can only hold himself and either the cabbage or wolf, means two-person can go, two things, or two-person can go, or person, or we can call it as a one man, or with cabbage or goat or wolf, either of them he can take it, है ना? So maximum two things can be go in this boat. Okay, next, man cannot leave the goat, wolf alone with cabbage and goat respectively, as the goat will eat the cabbage and wolf will eat the goat. Is it clear? So problem, I think all of you are aware. Is there anyone who is unaware about this problem? Please. Anyone? Yes, please, you can post in the chat box so that I can know. So Dev, you are not aware. So Dev, this is more interesting to you. Okay, na? What we have to do? Actually, we have to cross the river with all the things should be at the best side. Okay, as we are not in, we want to go at the best side. So you can consider yourself in place of man. So the condition is that if man will go at the best side, then all the things should be go. But in the boat, only two member can go at a time. Okay, so how we can reach at the best side of the river? If man will take the golf with him and then go at the best side, then at the time goat will eat the cabbage. So it means we cannot lack the cabbage with goat only, है ना? If man is there, then golf or even goat cannot eat the cabbage, or golf cannot eat the goat. Okay. Tushar, am I audible? Tushar is saying not audible. Yes, please. Okay, not yet, I think, na? Sorry. Okay,
Sir,
so
they are saying about the problem they have not.
yeah,
solved.
yeah. I got it. Yes. So how we can solve this problem? Anyone can suggest the solution? Tushar, you
Sir,
can just suggest.
So we
Have you
can
able to
take
think?
the code first
No.
and
Those
then
who
we
are
can
aware, please. Those who are aware, please don't tell. Those who are not aware, they have to think. How we can reach at the best side? Yes, please. Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
first, you want me to tell the whole answer?
No, just slightly. You can tell also.
Sir,
Who is
first,
telling? Just please let me know the name also, है ना?
Arnav, sir.
Okay, Pranav, you are aware earlier about this problem?
Sort of, sir. The
Okay.
characters were different, but yeah, the problem was.
Yeah. Representation may be different, है ना?
Yeah. So first, the man will take the boat, then he'll come
Okay.
back, and then he'll take cabbage and then bring the goat back.
So first who will go with the man?
First, goat will go.
Goat, sir.
Okay, okay. So
Then-
as we are aware, as wolf cannot eat the cabbage, है ना? So we can take goat, है ना, with the man. Is it clear,
Yes,
na?
sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good, fine. है ना? So first we can take the goat or at the best side, and then wolf cannot eat the cabbage, and then what we have to do?
Then he'll come
So
back.
then we come back and then we
the
take the
goat
wolf
back.
to the other side and bring back the goat.
Good, because otherwise if we left the goat, then at the time wolf will eat the goat, है ना?
And then
So we
he'll
have to.
the
Then we keep the
cabbage.
goat and take the wolf back.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, so this is the problem that we have to. So means in the representation, if I see, we can consider these are the members at the S side, at the east side, and then we have to reach at the west side. All of you, है ना? All these things we have to go at the west side. All these things with, है ना? So how we can reach? So this is the solution you can see here that some students has tell. Okay, so you can see we can consider this F is a first, basically we can consider a man is a farmer, है ना? C stands for cabbage, G stands for goat, and W stands for wolf. Is it okay? Okay, so we can try all possible ways in order to solve this problem. Okay, there may be different ways to solve the problem. One way, we have to try all the way, we can explore all the way, and then we can find out the feasible solution for this problem. There are a first way, we can take cabbage with at the best side. This is written here, you can see there dash is there at the this is the east side of this. This is a river actually, and this is the east side of the river, and this is the west side of the river. Okay, so all the members are currently on the east side. Here we are assuming man will go at the west side. If man will go, then cabbage can be eaten by the goat, or wolf can
Sir,
eat the
what is one representing?
one. It is not a one, it is just a river we are considering.
Oh,
Okay, na?
oh,
This is the east side of the river, and this is the west side of the river. Okay, na? It is not the one actually, hai na? So in the first solution, what man will only go at the west side. So in this case, cabbage can be eaten by the goat, and wolf can eat the goat also, na? So it will not be the correct solution. So we have eliminated this solution. Next solution, what will be happen? If man can carry the cabbage, if man can carry the cabbage at the west side, then in this case, wolf can eat the goat. So this solution is not also a feasible solution. In other solution, what will happen? Man can take the wolf with and at the west side. In this case, goat can eat the cabbage. So it is also not the feasible solution. But another case, if you see, man can get the goat. In this case, wolf cannot eat the cabbage. Is it clear? So in this case, this is a valid move in order to go ahead, in order to go to the in order to solve this problem. The total 4 possibility are there. Out of 4, there is a one possibility that is correct, that we can go with this possibility. So we can eliminate this solution. Then now this is a correct move. Now from this move, we have to try with all other possible way. From here, if you see, there are 2 things. What we have to do again, man has to return with a boat to the east side in order to take cabbage or wolf. Okay, now. So in this case, what man can do? Man can take cabbage again. In this case, if man can take cabbage and then again return to take the wolf, in this case, the god can eat the cabbage. Okay, now. Okay, so man will not take man will not go alone to take the wolf in this case. So this solution will be eliminated. Similarly, if you see, man can go again with the cabbage, okay, and take the wolf and goat with the back side. In this case, 2 possibility will be there. Man can again return with the wolf, or man can return with the cabbage. If man will return with the cabbage, then in this case, goat will be eaten by the wolf. Okay. If man can return with the goat, then in this case Bull will be alone, so he can Bull can not eat anyone. So in that meantime, a man can take the cabbage to the backside, or man can take the goat to the backside. So there will be again two possibility. So in this solution space, if you see the path that is written here, in the path that is written here, so there may be, from this point there may be two possibilities to solve this problem. So both these possibilities are correct. So there will be two ways to solve this problem while exploring all the solution. So exploring all the solution in order to solve a given problem, that is called brute force attempt. Okay, that is called brute force attempt. It is clear? It is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So solving a problem with all possible cases, that is called brute force or brute force attempts. So sometimes when you are representing a one problem in some way, or some problem may be there, if you are solving some other problem, all the problem or some other problem with using the brute force possible by exploring all the possibility, then it may not be feasible. It may not be feasible for some other problem. For in this case, if you are solving a problem by the man average good wolf by exploring all the possible solution, then it can be solved within a reasonable time. Okay, but all the problems cannot be solved in the reasonable time. So that is actually the case here. You can see this is another problem. Here you can see traveling salesman problem. In this problem, what we have to do? This problem we have to solve. Here is a man want to visit each city with minimum distance by traveling minimum distance. So that is called traveling salesman problem. Here we are considering man as a salesman. He want to sell something, okay, but he want to visit all the cities by traveling minimum distance. So if you are exploring all the possibility for this case or this problem, then if we consider 10 cities, then possible cases for this 10 cities or visiting all the cities. So how many possible cases? There will be factorial 10. Okay, if number of cities are increases, in this case the problem or the number of cases will also be possible solution will also be increases significantly. So in this case, if number of cities are 20, then the possible routes are factorial 20 to visit all the cities in this case. So if you are solving this problem using the brute force, then it is not solved, it will not be solved in a reasonable time. So one property of algorithm or the providing any solution, it must be solved in a reasonable time. Okay, so any algorithm that correctly solve a given problem, I'm focusing on that point, must be solved in a reasonable amount of time. Otherwise it is of limited practical use. So it depends on the problems to problem, which problem we can solve by exploring the all the solution or by using brute force, or which problem we can use with some specific algorithm. So some problems require some specific algorithm in order to solve. Is it clear now? So every problem we cannot solve by using brute force approach. So we require some specific approach to solve a given problem. Is it clear? A specific approach is called algorithm. So algorithm should be for solving a given problem such that it should require minimum time. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay now. So every problem you have to represent first in terms of some algorithm, then you can convert that algorithm in some of program. Then you can write a program first. So in the computational thing, when you are providing a problem to solve by the computer, then you have to provide its algorithm to the computer. You have to represent that problem in form of some algorithm. So the computer can read or can solve the problem according to that algorithm. Algorithm will be developed by the programmer or some man or user. Okay, na? Computer will not create any algorithm. You cannot directly given that problem to the computer that find out the solution for visiting the cities. What is the route? What is the best route? So computer cannot. You have to provide algorithm So that is actually algorithm we have to provide. That is a way approach what computer has to follow in order to solve that problem. So approach you have to provide, and then you have to provide that graph as an input. So graph will become as an input, and algorithm will become as an instruction. So that we have discussed what is the definition of the computer. Computer will take some input. Okay, so input in this case it is a graph, okay, or cities, okay, and distance between each cities. The output should be the best route, and the program or that approach we are providing, that is the instruction. Computer follow these instruction or algorithm. According to that algorithm, computer has to generate the output. Okay, so that algorithm will become later it as a program. Okay, now. So every problem we have to first make its we have to make their program, then we have to generate first we have to make its algorithm or flow graph, both we can use, and then we have to convert that algorithm or flow graph in some programming. So it is algorithm is independent from the programming language. Either you can provide the instruction in some C language, C++ language, Python language, or some any other programming language. Algorithm will be generalized, like reading A. We have seen earlier, read A. So read A it is a step that we have to do. Either if you are doing in some programming language, like we are considering C, so we have to use scanf. If we are considering Python, then we have to directly use input, and some other programming language it will change according to the syntax, but it will not change. The step is fixed. Okay, so when you are developing a program, or when you are solving a problem using, or when you are writing a program, then you have to think about the steps that you have to follow. Then you have to directly map these steps in some programming statement. Then you can easily write a program for every problem. And these statements or these procedures are independent from the programming language. So you have to making on think that you have to think about the steps. Steps are the logical steps that you have to apply your mind, then you have to think. There is no role of programming in order to writing the steps. Is it clear? So सबसे पहले ना स्टेप्स पे फोकस करो. अगर आप स्टेप्स क्लियर हैं कि व्हाट इज द लॉजिक बिहाइंड सॉल्विंग दिस प्रॉब्लम, हाउ वी हैव टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम, दैट लॉजिक यू कैन डायरेक्टली इंप्लीमेंट इन अ प्रोग्राम, एनी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. दैट इज इजी टास्क. ओके ना? So here anyone have any query, then you can ask. Now we have to go with the algorithm basically. Yes, anyone have any query, please? Okay, so now we are also focusing some steps of the some feature of the algorithm, that when we are writing a steps, or when we are thinking a steps of for the some problem, then steps must be finite. There will not be like a step you are doing, like a number of steps are infinite. Okay, so this is a first characteristics of algorithm, that steps must be finite, and then time, whatever the algorithm or whatever the solution you have written, that should require finite amount of time. It will not be run for infinitely. Okay, now so these two things are most important. The best algorithm required minimum number of steps with minimum amount of execution time. That is best algorithm. Okay, now is it okay? So this is the example I have already explained, but it is given. Write an algorithm to check a given number is even or odd. It is independent from the program. Okay, so what we have to do, let n be the number to check whether it is even or odd. First we have written, now divide n by 2 and check the remainder. If n divided by 2 provides 0, then remainder, then n is even, else n is odd. So these are the steps. The same thing we have represented with the flow graph. You can see input, take the n as an input, and then divide it, and then check remainder is equals to 0. If it is 0, then we can say it is even, or if it is not 0, then we can say it is odd. Okay, so computer algorithm basically the computation that a given computer perform. So computer algorithm, it is the computation that is performed by the computer basically. Okay, we also focus that since computer can execute instruction very quickly, so and reliable without without any error. So algorithm and computer, if you are providing algorithm that will actually you cannot solve. Suppose you have to write a program or you have to write some steps for solving a given problem. But when you are solving or when a man solving that problem by following that procedure or algorithm that you have written, then it will take lot of time. Okay, as after writing an algorithm, as we know, computer can solve perform that operation very quickly. So then it means we can give that algorithm to the computer in order to solve that problem in very less time. It is clear. So that's why computer and algorithm both are perfect match to each other actually. As algorithm is a proper way to solve the problem, and computer do that task very fast, so that we can provide these steps to the computer, then computer can solve the problem by you following that approach, then computer can provide result very fast. It is clear. So now these are the exercise for you. You can just write an algorithm to check whether a given number is prime or not. And you can also write steps how we can determine the day of a week for the date between 1st January 1800 and December 31st, 2099. Is it clear now? So you can just write a procedure by, it is independent from the programming. It depends on your logical or on analytical power actually. So but some are not have seen these things, but they can try or they can write or they can think how we can solve this problem. This is just analytical things. This is actually independent from the programming language. Okay, so is there any query? So just please let me know from this part, otherwise we have to move on different parts that we have to go. Yes, please, anyone, please.
To whom we have to submit this exercise?
No, you can just solve, you can show me, you can send me, okay,
Okay.
So do we have to
Okay, sir.
code it
This
or
is
we
actually, just actually exercising. I will see in the class, you can post at the next time, don't worry. I will ask to you next time. You can just write in your soft copy, in the form of soft copy. You can write with the some Word file or whatever the file. You can post that file in the chat box. In the next time, I will see. You have to write it, and then you can post in the next time. I will see in the next lecture first.
Okay, sir.
Presentation on LMS?
Yes, I have actually uploaded the previous lectures also. This lecture will also be, I will upload, Don't worry, after the completion of this lecture, I will upload it on the LMS. I think all of you have enrolled for the LMS,
Sir, do we have to code the exercise or we have to just
No. Write the algorithm, just whatever I have written here, This is independent from the program.
Okay. But if I know how to type the code, should I do it or should I just wait for a while?
That you can do yourself, because currently I am just starting from the algorithm. So why we are writing algorithm actually? Then after the algorithm we can convert the program, that we have to learn now in the next classes. So program writing requires some programming language that we have not studied till now.
Got it, sir.
Okay. Because just the beginning for some other students who are unaware, these are the technical things that may be possible. You have done some coding, but you are unaware about these terminologies, I think. So,
Sir, so do we do it in the form of a flowchart or just numerically we write down?
You have to write both the things so that you can exercise how we have to prepare the flowchart. Flowchart, there will be a terminology. There are boxes, like if you are taking input, then you have to specify like this box is a parallelogram, and then when you are starting process, then you have to do with this symbol, and then we are ending procedure, then you have to do dark circle like that. So these are the process, and when we are specifying any process of computation like C equals to A plus B or adding something, so you can specify with the rectangle, and then when you are taking input, that is specified with the some parallelogram. Some students are aware about it, I think, but you can do it easily. Just you have to connect the these boxes with the some arrow line. The arrow line represent the flow. It means we have to follow this part first, and then after this arrow, we have to go at this part, then we have to execute. Then condition will be specified with the some diamond box. Okay. So these are the different box that we have to use. This is a parallelogram that we have to use. This is for input, taking input, and this is a rectangle box that we have to use for operation directly, and this is for condition. So these are the different box basically that we have to use in order to draw some flowchart or flowgram. Is it clear now? Yes? Any doubts here?
Yes.
No, sir.
If anyone have any doubt, then please ask me anytime. Okay, thank you. So next thing is computer hardware. I think this is, have you completed all of you? I think tweet 1 has been completed for all the students, I think, for all the batches, where we have also covered about the computer hardware. Computer hardware just comprises, so I'm just browsing these things. We have to go for another things. Okay, na? These are the physical parts of the computer system, where these parts contain input devices, output devices, and the storage, internal components like CPU, motherboard, RAM, etc. These are the parts we have earlier seen in the tutorial part. Is there anyone or in any batch who has not completed first tutorial class? So just post here in the chat box so that I can know, or you can raise your hand so that I can know. Yes.
Had their first tutorial class yet.
No, one batch, whole batch. So what is your batch?
EB09.
So all the EB09 student has not been attempted any class?
We
Tutorial
haven't had any tutorial classes yet.
Okay, don't worry. So I'm repeating the thing. Same thing will be repeated in your tutorial class. Okay, don't worry. Okay. So tutorial class basically about the computer fundamentals. Okay, first tutorial class will be,
Sabji dena.
Okay. So in the basically computer hardware are the physical parts where the different types of component we have to use with the computer, like input devices, output devices. Input devices contain like keyboard, mouse, printer, monitor are the output devices. Okay, secondary storage. There are two types of memory in the computer: permanent storage, okay, and temporary storage. That is called volatile memory, and this is called non-volatile memory. Okay, so volatile memory basically contain RAM that you have listened. If you have bought a mobile phone, then you know in the mobile phone two types of memory like RAM or storage. Permanent storage के लिए आपने use किया होगा, that 2GB 4GB like that. So 2GB 4GB are the RAM, random access memory. That is basically used to perform execution by the computer. So computer perform the execution in this memory. Okay, na? And the permanent storage, if you want to store some data, files, whatever, that will be stored in the permanent storage. That is called secondary storage. Okay, so hard disk is the secondary storage. Okay, CPU is the part, central processing unit, that is basically responsible, or it is a brain of the computer that is basically responsible to perform the computation. Okay, na? So I am showing here the storage devices, input devices, processing units. So it is actually brain. So here two things I have mentioned. One is GPU and CPU. So CPU is a central processing unit, GPU is graphical processing unit. The difference is both are the processing unit. CPU basically perform the operation in serial way. Okay, GPU perform the operation in parallel. Okay, okay. So if I give a task to CPU, then CPU will execute fastly as the speed of the CPU is fast. Okay, but throughput of the GPU is high. It means it perform the task in the parallel. If I give the task P1 and P1 task to CPU, then CPU will execute fast. Okay, but GPU will provide later. But if I give the task P1, P2, P3, P4 and so on, okay, same thing I give to GPU, then GPU provide, suppose GPU take 2 seconds to perform a task, then GPU can provide all the tasks in parallel way. So all 4 tasks will be completed in 2 seconds. But here all 4 tasks will be completed in, if it is take 1 second to complete one task, then it will take 4 seconds to complete 4 tasks. That is the meaning of serial execution. It will execute first this task, then this task, then this task, and this task. Okay. So this, due to this serial execution, it will take lot of time, but due to this parallel execution, it will take less time in order to complete multiple tasks. Throughput is the number of tasks completed per unit of time. So on an average, if in 2 seconds, if I complete 4 tasks, in 1 second I am completing 2 tasks. It means, so per unit of time, we in 1 second we are completing 2 tasks, whereas here I see, but in 1 second only able to complete 1 task. So throughput for the GPU is high, or for CPU is low. Okay. Some other communication device we use in the computer system: modem, Wi-Fi, wireless devices. We use also network card or the Bluetooth that you have used in the mobile phone also. Some output devices like printer, monitor, projector, speaker, TV screen. All these are the output device that that are associated with the computer. Okay. So now this diagram is very important. You have to keep all the time this diagram in your mind when you are thinking about the computer. Okay, so how computer will work actually? You provide computer as an input, then input is stored in the computer memory actually, always. So whenever you want to perform some operation on the that input, then you have to read that input, and then that input will be here. Suppose I provide here A and B. These are the two values, and then we have to also provide instruction as an input. Okay. Instruction means which operation or some instruction, what do you want to do with this data. So data and instruction. Instruction is actually a program, okay, that you have to give in order to do some tasks on some data. Okay, na? Or it is an instruction because it is some approach how the computer will perform an operation on a particular data. So that data will be always stored in the computer memory. Even instruction, whatever we will provide in order to do the task on the data, that will also be stored in this memory. So everything will be stored in this memory whenever we want to perform some execution. So that memory is called RAM actually. Okay. So execution will be performed this memory. So computer perform the execution by reading the data and by writing the data in this memory. Okay. So first all these things will be written in this memory, then computer read that value from this memory, then this value will read, stored here in some temporary storage. That temporary storage is called as a register. Okay. Okay. So central processing unit or CPU also have some registers here in order to store that memory, that value from this memory, or read the value from this memory. So now the operation will be performed using these registers, whatever the register, there are different kind of register are there. Some general purpose register or some specific or special purpose registers. Different types of registers are there. We will also talk later about the different kind of register. Okay, no? Okay, so operation will be performed by these registers here, you can see, and then operation, what operation you have to perform, it will be decided by this instruction, and this instruction is decoded. Suppose you have written like C equals to A plus B. So what is the meaning of this plus? That is also stored in this memory. Then this plus will be added, or plus will be read by this control unit, and the control unit will interpret what is the meaning of this plus. Control unit interpret this plus plus symbol as an addition operation. Okay, and based on this addition operation, based on this interpretation, control unit will generate some signal to the ALU. The ALU perform the operation on the data according to this interpretation. Is it clear? So control, what are the instruction that is stored in the control unit, that is stored in according to the storage value, whatever the instruction is stored in this control unit, according to that it will generate error. So how it can store? It will also require some memory. That memory is called ROM actually, read only memory. So that is associated with this control unit, where some fixed values are stored, or meaning for each operation or some instruction is stored. Suppose I give you plus, so and according to this plus something is here, so it will be generated as a signal to control unit. Or suppose Yeah, we have provided plus, so it will search on this directory what is the meaning of this plus. The meaning of this plus is addition. Then according to this addition, is one signal is generated and this signal is provided to this arithmetic ALU. And based on this signal, ALU perform the operation, or the result will be right back to the output devices. Is it clear? Okay. Yes. Is there any doubt?
So, sir, sir, read-only memory is a part of the control unit.
Yes, yes. Here it is written in the control unit that what is the meaning of the instruction. As we are interacting with the computer, so computer work in 0 or 1 format, you know, or in the binary form.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so binary form computer understand only. So how we can interact with the computer? So that thing we will also later know when we are talking about the language. Okay, now.
Sir, what is registers?
So register are the storage devices that can store multi-bit value, where we can store the value in the form of some bits like 8-bit, 16-bit, 64-bit, 32-bit. So bit is the small unit of the memory. Bit means 0 or either 1. It is clear now? Okay. So there data you are storing one as a 4. So 4 will be converted into the binary. And how it will be converted, we will show later. So it will be 0, 1, 0, 0, and then 1, 0, 0 will be stored in the temporary register. Okay.
Sir, so register are like they're a part of memory unit, or like are they same as RAM or what? Like
these are the same as a RAM, but these are the separate memory that are associated with the CPU. Okay, now. So this is actually part of central CPU. So these registers are with CPU. This is associated with the processor actually.
Sir, 1 byte is
8-bit.
8 bits, right?
Yes. Memory unit, I will let you know. Just wait, so I'm serving here. Is if you are having any doubt, all these things, terminology, whatever I have introduced, like that, I will cover also later, that how this instruction will be converted into the 0-1 form. So that will also know. We will discuss, Currently, you can just understand the high level things. We have to go in depth later. Just wait, So whatever the line or arrow I have represented, that is called data transfer, and that is data traveler. That is called buses. As we have to do journey in the using bus or some other way, or we have to go at some place from one place to another place using bus. In the data, if you want to travel the data with one place to another place, that is called buses, that are also used in the computer system. Okay, now that are multi-bit actually. If you are transferring 2 bits at a parallelly, so that means bus having a 2-wire. If you are transferring multiple bits parallelly, then it having multiple byte. If you have seen the buses like that, you have seen. ऐसा देखा होगा ना आपने, यहाँ पे कुछ पतले पतले वायर रहते हैं, मल्टीपल होते हैं, पट्टी सी चौड़ी चौड़ी बनी होती हैं, है ना? So these types of wires are called as a buses in the computer. There are multiple wires are coupled or combined in a single plain rectangular shape actually, or in thin plate like, you have seen. So these are called as buses, that are actually data traveler in the computer, taking data from one place to another place. Okay, now. Okay, so now next part is the software, that is operating system. Basically manage all the hardware resources. So it is a one layer above the hardware. So if you want to interact with the computer, then you need to have one application, and through the application is executing on the operating system. So operating system, it is a system software that provide a one platform for execution of the applications actually. Okay, now. And hardware is actually basically and the lower level things in the computer, and the middle level is represented with the system software actually, and the user always interact with the application software. Here you can currently see I am presenting my presentation slide with the PowerPoint. So PowerPoint is a product of MS Office. So that is actually application software. I am interacting with the computer with the PowerPoint. PowerPoint is application, but PowerPoint is executing on my system with Windows 10 operating system. Okay, so that is operating system, or operating system executing my PowerPoint presentation in the using this hardware, or operating system directly interacting with this hardware. It is clear now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now next is in the computer that I have talked. Computer always work in the machine language. Okay, na? So have you a class after 12:30? Please just let me know. Please.
Yes, sir.
At 1:30 we have, sir.
1:30. So just I take 5 to 10 minutes in order to explain the something. There's a little things are remaining, है ना? So can I take?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now because there are new students, because they have not covered the tutorial classes, that's why I am taking a lot of time in the hardware or all these things. Just wait, है ना? So actually, a computer is an electronic device. Okay, na? Electronic device. So it will work through some through electricity. So electricity, as we are providing AC current, alternative current. So it is represented like that. So if in the AC current, if you see what is it? It is voltage levels actually. So voltage, if we are representing it is at 10 voltage, highest voltage is 10 voltage, or this is minus 10 voltage. This is a 0 volt, है ना? We are representing. If computer is working with this voltage level, then there are infinite levels. If you see it is a 9, then here 9 and then 8, or between 9 and 10 there are infinite number. Between two numbers, if you see how many real number, these are infinite, है ना? 9.1, 9.2, 9.1.1. So computer cannot work with this infinite number of voltage level. That's why it is in order to reduce this complexity, computer is working in digital signal. So digital signal means there are a finite number of voltage levels. So we have to quantize it. Just we can take this voltage level, then this, and then this, and then this, then this. We are measuring signal like that. So this signal is called as a discrete signal. It is a continuous signal. Every time, every steps of the time, if signal is defined, that is called continuous signal. If signal is not defined at every instance of time, that is called discrete signal. Okay, in the discrete signal there is a finite number of voltage level. Okay, so discrete signal actually basically is called as a digital signal, where we are representing value in the form of some voltages in a finite number of voltages. But it is also very complex how what is voltage value is considered. In some architecture maybe 5 volt will be there, and then at some country there will be a different voltage will be used. At some place 10 voltage will be used, some place 20 voltage. So it is not fixed that how many voltage levels are used. So it will also create some complexity. That's why in order to reduce the complexity, only computer uses two voltage labels, high voltage level and low voltage level. If I providing 10 voltage as high voltage level, so it will consider as a 10 and 0 as a low voltage level. So there will be only two voltage level. One is high, another one is low. So signal can either be high and signal either can be low. So high we are considering as a 1 and low we are considering as a 0. So that is a signal having only two voltage level, that is called binary signal. So computer work in high and low signal value. So always in the computer, every unit generates signal like in form of high and low. High will be considered as a 1, low will be considered as a 0. So that's why we call the computer work in form of 1 0 1 0 like that. है ना? It is clear. If we are transparent, there is a bus, it having like 4 wire. So in this wire we are transferring 0, in this wire we are transferring 1, and this wire we are transferring 0, and this wire we are transferring 1. So in that way signal or data values will be transferred. And this binary value, if you convert in decimal, so it is actually 5. So how we convert it, we will let you know later. Just wait, है ना? Okay, so that is actually 5. So we are taking this 5 values passing through this bus actually, है ना? Okay, so computer work in form of binary. Binary actually low value or high value. Okay, na? Is there any problem or in doubt here? So please let me know. These are basic fundamental, just so in order to make understandable each and everything.
So when the voltage is high, it represents 1.
Voltage is high, be understood it as a 1, but in the actual computer it is actually voltage. In order to interpret it, we assume it as a 1. एक्चुअली
Okay.
1 0 कुछ नहीं होता कंप्यूटर में, लेकिन वो वोल्टेज फॉर्म में होता है, either it is 10 or 20 whatever, so it is considered as a high, or suppose sometimes we
Or
are getting
low.
voltage between the, so one threshold value will be also be considered according to that threshold voltage. If some voltage fluctuated, if it is 0 or 5.8 and we have to make the threshold 6, so it will be assumed that it as a low, है ना. 2 वोल्टेज वैल्यू में ही रिप्रेजेंट करना है. बीच में एक थ्रेशोल्ड रख दूंगा. सपोज करो हमारा वोल्टेज जैसा आता है, यहाँ पे कम हो गया और हम हाई को ले रहे हैं 10, ठीक है, तो हमको एक थ्रेशोल्ड पुट करना पड़ती है. उस थ्रेशोल्ड से हमको देखना होता है, अगर थ्रेशोल्ड से ऊपर है वोल्टेज तो वो हाई कंसीडर होगा, मतलब 1 कंसीडर होगा. अगर थ्रेशोल्ड से नीचे है तो वो 0 कंसीडर, है ना. इट इज क्लियर ना?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, no? So everything in computer
Yes.
it will be interpreted as a voltage, but in order to make easy for the user or make understandable for us, that we assume that is high is considered as a 1 and low is considered as a 0. Okay ना?
0.
ठीक है ना. तो एक्चुअली में 0
Yes,
1 कुछ
sir.
नहीं होता, वो वोल्टेज होता है. हम उसको बोल रहे हैं कि वो हाई है या लो है, तो हाई को हम अज्यूम करते हैं
And
as
sir,
1. Yes.
the threshold is set by the computer, or
Architecture.
each time it
It
is
depends on the
different.
computer architecture, or it is basically defined by the manufacturer. Actually, when
Okay.
processor is designed, that will be decided, है ना?
Okay.
Okay ना? So how it is decided, we are not going that part, or we have to not focus on that part. We have to just assume it, है ना?
Sir, so
Yes.
basically computer languages are changes of the voltages.
एक्चुअली लैंग्वेज अलग चीज हो गई. अभी थोड़ा सा अपन बात करते हैं. कंप्यूटर वोल्टेज से चेंज होता है, वोल्टेज एक्चुअली बनते हैं. अब एक्चुअली उसको अपन हाई लो क्यों मान रहे हैं, क्योंकि किसी जगह पे हो सकता है वो हाई वोल्टेज 10 हो और किसी जगह पे वो हाई वोल्टेज 20 हो. तो अगर हमने ऐसा वोल्टेज फिक्स किया तो कंप्यूटर को आप समझ ही नहीं पाओगे ना कि हम 10 लूं, क्योंकि ये 10 इस कंप्यूटर के लिए तो लो हो जाएगा ना. There are 2 computers, C1 and C2. For one computer architecture, high voltage is 20. For second computer architecture, high voltage is 50. But 20 in C2 is low. तो वहां पे तो 0 ट्रीट होगा ना. तो इसलिए उसको कन्वेंस बनाने के लिए हम हमेशा हाई को 1 रिपीट करते हैं. तो ये हाई यहाँ पे, तो ये यहाँ पे 1 ही रहेगा. और इस आर्किटेक्चर में हाई 50 है तो 50 है 1 ही रहेगा और 20 इसमें लो हो जाएगा, है ना. तो ये कॉमन एनवायरनमेंट बनाने के लिए उसको हाई और लो से ट्रीट करते हैं, ना कि हम वोल्टेज से, है ना.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना. ओके. Okay, so I think it is clear. Is there any doubt here? So please you can ask.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So now next, this is a binary representation for voltages, okay, that I have represented. That in that way computer actually exactly work. So it is actually represented, or every digital circuitry is implemented through the transistor. So I think all of you have studied transistor is switch. So that will work with on or off. So on will be considered as according to the switch. We have to pass the value. Suppose this is a here it is a key, and this key will be enabled when we have to pass 1. So it will be by connection will be made. So data will from this place to this place will be transferred, or data means current will be transferred, है ना. Actually, so this is work as a transistor will work as a switch. So I think you have studied in the physics. So okay na, so I can skip it. So now binary number system, just I have to tell you, so how we have to assume how we have to convert the decimal values into the binary system. So binary system having only 2 digits, 0 or 1. So suppose how we can assume, suppose this is a 14 value, how we can convert into the binary form. You can divide it to 7, and then what is the remainder after dividing, that you can store here, and 2, and then again divide to 3. What is the remainder you can put here, and then 2 divided by 1, and then what is the remainder, that is 1. So you can read this data in this form in the backward direction. So what is the value, that first one, second one, and then third one, okay, and then 0. So this is actually binary value of 14. So when you are providing 14 to the computer, computer will assume it as a 1 1 1 0. So 1 1 means high 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 low, actually na, okay. So you can reverse also do, you can convert a binary value to the decimal system, decimal number by doing this. If this is a 0, first pick up this bit, so this bit multiply by this 0 plus pick up this second one, okay. So 1 multiply by this 2 to the power 1, then pick up third one. I'm visiting this value from this direction, from left, right to left. So this bit is called as a LSB bit, least significant bit. This bit is called as a MSB bit, most significant bit, because this is having high value. You can see 0 is multiplied by 2 to the power 0, and we are adding it, so it will not make any impact on the number. If you see, if you are increasing, then significant of the bits will be increases, like that. You can see if I'm picking third one, so third one, that 1 into 2 to the power 2, fourth one, then 1 into 2 to the power 3. So if you identify that this one having high impact on the number, so this is actually 8 plus 4, this is actually 2, this is actually 2 to the power 0 plus 0, that is 0. So you can see this is having high impact, so that's why it is called MSB, most significant bit. It is having low impact on the number, so it is called as a least significant bit, okay now. So 8 plus 4, 12 plus 2, that is equivalent to 14. So that I have converted here, okay. So every number can be converted in the form of, every decimal number can be converted in the form of binary number, or every binary number can be converted in the form of decimal numbers. Decimal number system, we are having a value from 0 to 9. So that is called actually base or radix. Base. If base is 10, that means we having a number 10 numbers in order to represent any numbers. If base is 2, that means we are having only 2 values, or the binary values, in order to represent a number. If base is 3, that we having a ternary number system. Base is 4, then quaternary number system, like that. Hai, we can make any number system according to that base. So that is called radix or base. That is same thing. Hai. So different number system can be designed. You will study one full subject in the second semester, that is called digital electronics, where you will study about the different number system. Hai na? Okay na?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, the leftmost digit is always MSB, or it depends, it is 0 or 1?
No, it is always be MSB, but it may be 0. Suppose I have written number like 0, 111 and 0. So what is the meaning of this 0? Because it will make 0 into 2 to the power 5. Hai na? So it will not be having any impact. So it will always be, if we assume a number, then we always count from the 1. Na? Yes, suppose sir. I written here 0, 12, so 22, suppose. So what is the impact of this 0? No. So we have to read the number from non-zero values, na? So we have to, same thing we have to do here. No?
Okay, sir.
Okay. But this will be always called as a MSB. If suppose we are writing in a one register having 4 value or 8 bits. Suppose we are assuming, है ना? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 और 8. ऐसा 8 बिट हो गया ना? अब हमको इस रजिस्टर में 14 लिखना है, तो 14 हम ऐसे लिखेंगे. स्टार्टिंग की बिट जो एमएसबी बिट होंगी उनको 0 फिल करेंगे, और इधर से बिट फिल करेंगे ना 0, 111, ये 14 मैंने लिख दिया. अब ये जो एमएसबी बिट्स हैं ये तो 0 फिल होंगी ना, लेकिन यहाँ पे ये एमएसबी होगा ये एक्चुअली, है ना. अगर हमको 14 स्टोर करना तो रिमेनिंग बिट विल बी जो एमएसबी बिट्स हैं वो 0 से फिल हो जाए. इज इट क्लियर ना?
So sir, 0 can also be the MSB.
Yes. But in the form of register you can interpret it. But in the form of number you cannot see it actually, है ना?
Okay sir.
Okay, ये मेमोरी पे जब आप स्टोर करोगे वैल्यू तो ऐसे ही दिखाई देगी. उसमें एमएसबी ये बिट मानी जाएगी और एलएसबी ये बिट मानी जाएगी. ठीक है ना? This will be LSB or this will be MSB. Okay ना? Okay. So I think it is clear. So this is a conversion just. Okay. So representation or a conversion of the decimal to binary system. So now we have covered this system software, application software. So I'm skipping it. Now we have to go on to the programming language. So I think we should stop here. In the next class, we will cover, or we will start from the programming language basically. So next is tomorrow our class. So, है ना?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
sir.
Okay, so now we have to
Okay, sir.
go with the programming language. As we have studied algorithm, what we have to do? We have to first write we have to think about problem. Then we have to write one steps or algorithm for that problem. Then we have to convert that problem or algorithm into the program. So how we can convert? It depends on the programming language too. है ना? Is it clear now? So now we have to understand the programming language, how we can convert an algorithm in the programming. Okay, that we have to see later. Okay, in the next class we will discuss. If you have any query in this class, then you can raise to us or you can post. Okay. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, there are 2-3 courses on Coursera. Which one should we take for the Python?
Python, actually, I have not seen what is the course currently you have chosen. So can you tell me the name of that course?
Sir, one is Introduction to Programming Python for everybody. The other is Data Structures with Python.
So I think currently if you are beginner, then you have to go for programming or introduction to programming with the Python, like data structure you can leave it.
Sir, I know a little bit of Python, the beginner part. So should I go for data structures?
Yes, you can go where you will be mostly focused on the collection actually. I think in this syllabus.
Okay, sir.
So what is collection? We will also cover in our course. Okay, na? Collection sequence where list, tuples are most of the things that are used for constructing some data structure like that. Or if you are a beginner, then you can go for the basic courses. Okay, na?
Okay.
Yes. Who is asking? Please, whenever you are asking, please raise your hand so that I can know your name, because your name will be on the top so that I can easily know. Yes, Divyansu. Sorry. Yes, Divyansu, please.
Sir, did it by mistake. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Okay, no issue. So who is asking something?
Sir, I was telling that actually data structures like list and that are all be written in Python, no sir, in the library.
Yeah. There are some different data structure in the next semester or in the next year, third semester, you will learn one whole subject that is called data structure, where you will learn about different data structure that you can implement using some programming language.
Yes.
So what is data structure? All these things, we are not going on that. Actually, there are a lot of students who are not aware about it.
Yes.
Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think we have to just focus on that. Those who are interested in learning some other thing, then we can personally interact with each other. Okay, no? So then you can learn the other thing if you have learned the Python or other thing, because I have received some things with some other students. Those have already learned the Python, but please, in the batch or in the class, we cannot actually focus on the more detailed things. We have to biased with the actually syllabus or some little bit basic things so that everyone can understand. But those who have learned or some other things, then we can work additionally in some separate place. Okay, na? So that's some those who are not aware about the programming or basic fundamentals, so they will not demotivated actually. Yes, Tanish.
सर जैसे रजिस्ट्री में हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी होती है, उसके बाद कैश और रैम वगैरह आते हैं, तो एसएसडी मतलब कि क्या पोजीशन होती है एसएसडी की?
एसएसडी एक्चुअली एसएसडी भी एक्चुअली सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज होता है ना, तो इसका स्पीड भी रैम जैसा तो होता नहीं है, ठीक है ना, बट फिर भी हार्ड ड्राइव से अच्छा देता है, लेकिन एसएसडी को अपन हार्ड ड्राइव पार्ट पे कंसीडर करेंगे। तो सबसे पहले कैश आता है, सबसे पहले अपन बेसिकली बात करें तो रजिस्टर आता है सबसे पहले, स्मॉल अमाउंट में होते हैं, सबसे महंगे होते हैं वो भी, और सबसे ज्यादा फास्ट होते हैं। रजिस्टर के बाद कैश आता है, क्योंकि रजिस्टर तो हमारे बाइट में होते हैं, 1 बाइट का, 2 बाइट का, या बिट्स में बोलो, 8 बिट, 16 बिट, 64 बिट, लाइक दैट, है ना। देन उसके बाद कैश आता है, कैश हमारा एमबी में होता है लगभग, है ना। उसके बाद फिर हमारा रैम आता है, रैम के बाद फिर हम बात करते हैं हार्ड डिस्क पे, ठीक है ना। तो हार्ड डिस्क में आपका तुम्हारा एसएसडी भी हो सकता है, जिसको आप बात कर रहे हो ना, तो आप आजकल है ना एसएसडी टाइप की हार्ड ड्राइव आने लग गई है, ठीक है ना। ओके ना, हाँ। देव प्लस
Yes, sir.
Devrajpal, sorry. Yes.
Sir, I was asking that voltage part, is it a language for a computer? Like, is it used for computer to know the binary or something? मतलब वो किस लिए use होता है?
Computer always
Voltage.
work with the with the binary
Binary.
signals actually.
Yes,
Signals
sir.
है ना, signals के थ्रू काम करता है. अब
Yes.
सिग्नल्स को, अब हमें कोई वैल्यू प्रोवाइड करना होगी, कंप्यूटर से इंटरेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, तो हमको भी तो उसी लैंग्वेज में बात करना पड़ेगी ना.
Yes, sir.
है ना.
So we provide the voltage.
हाँ, अब आप वोल्टेज कैसे दे पाएंगे, लेकिन कंप्यूटर को हमारे पास तो कुछ होता ही नहीं है ना वोल्टेज. हाउ वी कैन गिव इट. So that we have to see how we have to interact with the computer to perform some task. If you want to perform some task with the computer, then you have to interact with it. You have to give instructions to the computer. It means if you are talking with some person, you want then how you can talk. If you know the language of that person, if whatever the language that person understand, then you can communicate your thoughts to the person, or
Yes, sir.
that person know the language that you know. है ना.
Yes.
या तो वो पर्सन आपका जाने या आप उसका जानो, तो ही तो आप बात कर सकते हो ना.
तो सर हम तो जैसे कंप्यूटर से इंटरेक्ट करना है तो हम कौन सी लैंग्वेज जानते हैं? जैसे पाइथन है.
वही चीज हम आपको नेक्स्ट क्लास में कल बताएंगे कैसे. एक्चुअली मैं अभी इस पे ज्यादा फोकस ना करूं, क्योंकि वो चीज हमको पूरा कवर ही करना है लेक्चर में, कि हमको कंप्यूटर से इंटरेक्ट करना है तो कंप्यूटर की लैंग्वेज आना चाहिए. लेकिन कंप्यूटर की लैंग्वेज 010 समझना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. हम कैसे याद रखेंगे, क्योंकि हर एक 010 का कोड है. अगर जैसे मैंने आपको लिखा था ना एग्जांपल के लिए c = a+b लिखा, तो a+b में प्लस जो यूज किया, उस प्लस को उसने इंटरप्रेट किया एडिशन. तो एडिशन प्लस को भी प्लस के करस्पॉन्डिंग उसमें कोड लिखा होगा, बाइनरी कोड होगा ना. तो कंप्यूटर में हमने पहले से फिक्स कर रखा है. हम कैसे याद रखेंगे. डिफरेंट कंप्यूटर आर्किटेक्चर होते हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप के सिस्टम है. पता लगा हमने इस कंप्यूटर के लिए तो याद रख लिया, दूसरे कंप्यूटर पर काम करने गए तो उसके लिए भी याद रखो. कैसे रखोगे.
ओके सर.
ठीक है ना. तो इसके लिए फिर डिफरेंट टाइप की लैंग्वेज बनी है. तो हम जो वर्क करते हैं वो हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज में करते हैं, जिसके मोस्ट ऑफ द टर्म्स और थिंग्स आर रिलेटेड टू द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. तो अब हाई तो कंप्यूटर समझता नहीं है ना, तो हाई समझेगा नहीं तो फिर कैसे काम करेगा. तो उसको हमें कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा. तो ये सब चीजें अपन आगे देखेंगे नेक्स्ट क्लास में, है ना. वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन द मोर ऑन द लैंग्वेज नाउ, है ना. बेसिक थिंग्स आई हैव कवर्ड नाउ टिल.
सर आफ्टर टुडेस लेक्चर घर पे अब जैसे क्या प्रैक्टिस करें हम.
आपका अभी कोई असाइनमेंट वगैरह तो अभी मिलना नहीं है ना. लैब्स में आपको असाइनमेंट मिलते चले जाएंगे, तो आप उनको प्रैक्टिस करोगे. और अंडरस्टैंडिंग अगर आपका बिगिनर हो एकदम, तो अभी आप थोड़ा सा स्लाइड जो हमने बताया, बुक्स बताया, उसको आप थोड़ा सा रीड कर सकते हो.
जैसे थोड़ा बहुत आता है पहले से.
आपको पाइथन के बेसिक आता है और दूसरी लैंग्वेज की भी आता है.
सी का आता है सर.
सी का आता तो बहुत बढ़िया है ना. सी का कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. सी तो शायद मैंने पढ़ाया था उस टाइम पे.
यस सर, वही वाला.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. कोई आपको बहुत हेल्प करेगी पाइथन में, बहुत हेल्प करेगी.
सर पाइथन कौन सी बुक से पढ़े
अभी तो हालांकि मैंने तो एक्चुअली जो टेक्स्ट बुक डाली है, लेकिन कंप्लीट रेफरेंस इज अ गुड बुक वेयर ऑल द थिंग्स आर अवेलेबल. और रेस्ट आई विल प्रोवाइड यू सम वेबसाइट लिंक्स दैट आर गुड ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज आर अवेलेबल, है ना. जस्ट वेट फॉर अ फ्यू लेक्चर्स बिकॉज वी आर नॉट येट ऑन द पाइथन एक्चुअली करेंटली, है ना. जैसे जैसे हम पाइथन पे पहुंचेंगे ना, तो मैं आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा फिर बताता चला जाऊंगा. क्योंकि अभी एकदम से बताने से क्या है ना, जो बच्चे नहीं जानते हैं बिल्कुल, अभी आपने सी पढ़ भी लिया है, कई बच्चे ऐसे होंगे जिन्होंने सी अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं किया, फिर भी वो क्लास अटेंड कर रहे हैं, तो फिर थोड़ा उनके लिए प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है ना. जैसा कि अपन ने सी में किया था, कि जो पहले से पढ़ चुके थे तो वो ज्यादा आंसर देते थे, तो बेचारे दूसरे लोग ना थोड़ा सा डिमोटिवेट हो जाते थे, है ना. बोले अरे हमें तो पता ही नहीं है थोड़ा सा. तो उनको अपन चांस दें, सबको फील अच्छा सा करने दें, एंजॉय करो. और आगे आगे जैसे ही होता जाएगा तो फिर हम आपको थोड़ा इन्वॉल्व करते जाएंगे चीजों में.
सर
ओके. यस अद्वित, एडविट
सर, अभी जो हमारी जो लैब हुई थी EBO9 की,
हाँ,
उसमें तो सर जो डिस्कस हुआ वो तो हमने अभी पढ़ा नहीं है थ्योरी में. और सर मैंने तो अभी जस्ट ज्वाइन किया है और मेरा कोई प्रोग्रामिंग का बैकग्राउंड भी नहीं है.
किया पूरा लेक्चर अटेम्प्ट किया पूरा.
हाँ, लेक्चर सारे अटेम्प्ट किए.
ठीक है. तो लैब में आपका क्या डिस्कस हुआ होगा. बेसिक वो प्रोग्रामिंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से डिस्कस हुआ होगा ना.
हाँ, वो शुरुआत के 1-2 असाइनमेंट्स थे, उसमें तो थोड़ी प्रायर प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज की जरूरत थी.
कोई बात नहीं. अभी लेक्चर है ना, कल वाला जो लेक्चर होगा ना, तो उसमें लैंग्वेज पे ही बात करेंगे और पाइथन पे ही बात करेंगे, पता है.
अच्छा सर,
है ना. क्योंकि एक्चुअली फर्स्ट वीक था लैब में, तो कुछ तो आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करना ही था ना, कोड जिंगर, जुपिटर वगैरह ऐसे ऐसे कुछ कुछ होगा. अभी केवल हवा आपको बता दिया है. आगे
अच्छा सर, आप कोई
हाँ
आप कोई और लर्निंग रिसोर्स करो ताकि मैं इन बच्चों के साथ आ पाऊँ, मतलब
तो
जिन्हें
आप
थोड़ा बहुत पहले कर
अगर आप
11th-12th में पढ़ के आए जो।
बेसिक पाइथन से इंट्रोड्यूस होना चाहते हो ना, तो आप ऐसे, मैं आपको ऑनलाइन साइट बता दे रहा हूँ। जैसे आप एक सब सिंपली ये देख सकते हो, ये है एक पाइथन की w3schools.com। यहाँ पे आप पाइथन के होम से चले जाना स्टार्टिंग से।
अच्छा,
ठीक है ना, बेसिक है, बिल्कुल बेसिक चीज। और थियोरेटिकली आप लेना है तो एक, जैसे मैं बता दे रहा हूँ, ट्यूटोरियल पॉइंट है, जावा पॉइंट है। एक जावा पॉइंट बहुत बढ़िया है, बहुत सारे कंटेंट मिल जाए। मैंने काफी स्लाइड के कंटेंट भी वहां से उठाए हैं। आप देखोगे आगे जाके मेरी स्लाइड जो है ना, तो मैंने स्लाइड्स में पॉइंट कंटेंट भी काफी जावा पॉइंट में थियोरेटिकल अच्छा दिया है।
अच्छा,
है ना, तो मैंने स्लाइड के कंटेंट के लिए, प्रिपरेशन के लिए, मतलब डिफरेंट वेबसाइट को ब्राउज किया है और डिफरेंट बुक्स को। तो बुक्स में मैंने मोस्टली अपनी जो टेक्स्ट बुक है ना अपनी, ये वाली रेफर की है। और अपना जो कुछ वेबसाइट्स रेफर की हैं, जैसे ट्यूटोरियल पॉइंट, जावा पॉइंट, बहुत सारी साइट है। तो आप ये देख सकते हो, जावा पॉइंट पे आप पाइथन के आपको अच्छा वो मिल जाएगा नोट, पाइथन से जाओगे ना। और ये W3 से भी मैंने कुछ चीजें पढ़ी हैं। तो ये सिंपल वेबसाइट है, ऑनलाइन अच्छे रिसोर्सेज हैं, तो आप यूज कर सकते हो। ठीक है, तो ये w3schools.com आई एम शोइंग टू यू ना, जस्ट गो टू द फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द पाइथन, है ना। इट इज वेरी बेसिक, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड। और इवन यहाँ पे एक हेल्प भी है कि जब आप कोई प्रोग्राम देखते हो, वहां पे लिखा होता है, तो उसको रन करके भी तुरंत बता देता है वो। जैसे ट्राई योरसेल्फ पे जाओगे ना, तो ऑनलाइन आप मोबाइल ऐप के थ्रू भी पढ़ सकते हो।
अच्छा,
मोबाइल से डायरेक्टली देख सकते हो, वो रन करके ही बता देगा कि इससे क्या आउटपुट आएगा, है ना।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आप टेंशन ना लो, अभी शुरुआत है। आप और ये मत सोचो कि अब यो आगे निकल गए तो हम कैसे करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं कुछ, ऐसा मत सोचो बिल्कुल भी, है ना। क्योंकि जो लोग कुछ जानते हैं तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, अपन भी अभी सीख लेंगे, अभी बिगिनिंग है अपनी। लेकिन आप देखना, आप डेडिकेटली काम करते रहोगे ना, तो उनसे ऊपर निकल जाओगे। ऐसा कोई टेंशन वाली बात नहीं है अभी कि आपको नहीं पता है तो अपन को घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है। अदरवाइज क्या होगा ना, सब लोग सोचेंगे कि हम भी पढ़े, ये भी पढ़ा, फिर थोड़ा सा प्रेशर बन जाता है। ऐसा मत, एंजॉय करो, अभी फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर है, अभी 4 साल यही करना है सब।
ठीक सर,
ठीक है ना, बहुत टाइम मिलेगा आपको। यस दीप्तेश।
यस सर। सर एक्चुअली मेरा डाउट जो है वो कोर्स से रिलेटेड नहीं है।
बताओ।
सर हाँ, तो सर मुझे ना आपसे एक छोटा सा फेवर चाहिए। तो
बताओ।
सर मैं पूछ रहा था कि मैं आपसे अभी पूछूं या शुड आई ईमेल यू?
बताओ क्या पूछना चाहते हो, वो अकॉर्डिंग
सर एक्चुअली यस सर, एक्चुअली आई एम वर्किंग ऑन अ प्रोजेक्ट। तो सर मुझे सीनियर्स ने बताया कि तुम एक काम करना, किसी एक टीचर से मतलब टीचर को बताना, तो हो सकता है वो टीचर तुम्हारी प्रोजेक्ट में इंटरेस्ट लेके दे कैन ट्राई एंड हेल्प यू। तो सर आई वाज थिंकिंग सो कि आप ऐसा मेरे लिए कर सकते हो तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा।
नहीं तो प्रोजेक्ट क्या है एक्चुअली, क्या है ना, देखो जैसे प्रोजेक्ट आप जो काम कर रहे हो ना, एक तो फील्ड का होता है। जैसे मेरी फील्ड का अच्छे से और मेरे को रिलेट कर रहा है, मेरा इंटरेस्ट का, तो मैं बहुत अच्छे से गाइड कर सकता हूँ आपको। समझ रहे हो ना दीपेश, क्योंकि आपका प्रोजेक्ट क्या है, किस टॉपिक पे बेस्ड है, क्या है उसमें, वो जब तक मेरे को नहीं पड़ेगा तो मैं अच्छे से आपको गाइड भी नहीं कर पाऊंगा। तो मेरे को ये बताओ क्या है वो।
अबाउट कंपाइलर डिजाइन एंड स्टफ।
ओके 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 ओके, दैट्स गुड। हाँ, तो आप उसमें क्या कर रहे हो कंपाइलर डिजाइन में?
सर इसमें तो टाइम लगेगा, तो सर अभी तो मैं आपका टाइम भी ले सकता हूँ उस चीज में।
ठीक है, चलो कोई नहीं, अपन कभी डिस्कस कर लेते हैं एक दिन। अभी थोड़ा सा रुक जाओ, एक वीक के बाद अपन ये चीज डिस्कस करें, क्योंकि अभी फर्स्ट ईयर को सेटअप हो जाने दो। और या फिर एक वीक मतलब यहाँ पर अपन एक दिन फ्री टाइम में, सैटरडे या संडे को।
ओके सर, ओके सर,
है ना, क्योंकि बिटवीन क्लास रहती है अभी
तो सर आपको ईमेल या ऐसा कुछ कर दूं कि सर आपको याद रहे?
हाँ वो ही कर सकते हो, लेकिन मैं ईमेल भी थोड़ा भूल जाऊंगा। अपन सैटरडे संडे एक दिन फिक्स कर लेते हैं ना, तो आप मेरे को पिंग कर सकते हो व्हाट्सएप पे, जैसे भी है ना। तो अपन एक दिन सैटरडे संडे को बैठ जाएंगे, देख लेंगे।
ओके सर,
ठीक है ना, ईमेल में भी आप छोड़ दोगे तो मैं अभी पढ़ लूंगा, फिर बाद में तो भूल ही जाऊंगा ना। लेकिन फिर भी बाद में तो याद ही आए ना, क्योंकि क्लासेस मेरी रेगुलरली कंटिन्यूसली क्लासेस है। आपकी फर्स्ट ईयर की भी ले रहा हूँ मैं, सेकंड ईयर भी ले रहा हूँ, और एक मैं खुद का भी प्रोजेक्ट मिल गया है अभी हमको भी। अभी गवर्नमेंट का प्रोजेक्ट है, तो उसको भी अब उस पर और रिसर्च वर्क चलता ही रहता है पैरेलली, तो बहुत सारे काम रहते हैं। तो सैटरडे संडे एक्चुअली ऐसा दिन रहता है जिस दिन क्लास नहीं रहती है। लेकिन आपके लिए तो सैटरडे भी अब हमने बिजी कर दिया है, सैटरडे को भी लेक्चर रहा करेगा वो, उसमें बैकअप क्लासेस के लिए, है ना, जिसमें कुछ डाउट है क्या है तो लेकिन वो एक ही हाफ में रहेगा, 1 घंटे का रहेगा, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। तो नेक्स्ट सेकंड हाफ में अपन आराम से डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। तो जो एडिशनल थिंग्स होती है ना, एक्स्ट्रा जो टाइम मिलता है अपन को वीकेंड, उसमें अच्छे से डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। तो अपन वीकेंड पे बात करते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ना दीप्तेश? गुड, वेरी गुड,
थैंक यू सर।
है ना, ओके, थैंक यू।